Hi guys, how are you doing? This is Sebastian from TechCentury and welcome to another review here on the channel. Today we're checking out a very unique wireless microphone system. This is the Lark 150 by Hollyland that also features this super convenient carrying case that also recharges all the components. So let's get started. To start off, let's take a look at what you get inside of the box of the Lark 150. And of course, all the audio that you hear inside of this video is unedited and recorded straight using the Lark 150. So here we then see the box of the Lark 150. There's the dual version with 2 transmitters that retails for $280. There's also a single version available for $199. Inside we then find this user guide, and moving on, we'll then also have this accessory box inside of the box that then contains all the accessories as well as also this soft carrying pouch with Hollyland branding. Here we then also have the 3.5mm cable connecting the receiver to your camera, a USB-C to USB-A cable for updating the firmware and charging the device, as well as also this TRS to TRS cable for connecting the receiver to your smartphone or Mac or PC. Here we then have 2 windscreens, 2 lavalier microphones with clips for your shirt, as well as also 2 windscreens, and then that's basically everything that's inside of the box other than the microphone, the box and the receiver. But now let's take a closer look at the star of the show. This is the charging case of the Lark 150. On the front we have an indicator light for the battery status. Then on the rear we'll find a USB-C charging as well as firmware upgrade port, and then at the bottom we'll have rubber feet so it doesn't slip away on a table. Opening up this case, we'll see the receiver as well as the 2 transmitters. Starting off with the transmitter, we can see that it's super small and compact, which is very convenient. At the top, we then see the 3.5mm input for the lav mic, the built-in microphone, as well as 2 LED indicators for charging, as well as also the connection status. Then on back, we also see that we have this shirt clip that can also be used, for example, to attach this to the belt if you use the lavalier mic. And then on the right side we'll have a mute or on and off switch. On the bottom we then find the charging pins. Now these are covered by plastic that we'll have to remove, and then it will also charge inside of the box. So now let's actually put it back in the case, and then the LEDs will switch on to show us that it's charging. Of course, the second transmitter is identical. So moving on to the receiver, we can already see that we have this really nice OLED display here on the back, and then at the bottom we'll have this clip so that we can mount it, for example, to our camera's hot shoe. On the left side we then have the line out, and then removing the plastic protective film over the display we also see the 2 rotary encoders that basically allow us to individually dial in the output settings. On the right side we then have the power switch as well as also a headphone jack for monitoring our audio. On top there's nothing, and then on the rear we'll see that we also have these charging pins, and if we then just put it back into the charging case, the display will also turn on and the receiver will charge. There you can see that there's a ton of stuff included inside of the box of the Lark 150, especially if you pick up the version with 2 microphones. I just have to say I think the value overall is excellent, especially also because you have 2 lavalier microphones inside of the box, and they also sound very good. So there's not really a big difference whether you're using just the transmitters themselves or also connecting the included lavalier microphones to it. That's a big improvement over other systems, and it's of course also great that you just don't need to spend additional money to pick up lavalier microphones, because even though these transmitters are super light at around like 21 grams, and they are also super small, even smaller than, for example, on the Rode Wireless Go, sometimes it's just more convenient to mount a lavalier microphone because it's easier to hide than this little transmitter. Now that being said, my other highlight of course has to be this charging case right here. I think this is a genius just invention, and it's super convenient because it always recharges all the devices and you don't have to like plug in 3 USB Type-C cables to charge all the components. No, you only have to put everything inside of the box. It docks magnetically, and then you can only use 1 single USB-C cable, and then charges the battery that's inside of this case as well as also the transmitters and receivers. And there's actually also a little bit of extra space up top here, for example, for like the windscreens. So overall I can just say that I've really enjoyed the Lark 150 and using it for my past videos. Now, especially great is also that you have an OLED display on the receiver, and this is actually facing towards the cameraman. And I think this is also a big benefit and just a big advantage, for example, over the receiver on the Rode Wireless Go 2, because there the display is up top, and if you have the camera in front of you, it's really difficult to read, for example, the battery status. But here it's actually facing towards the cameraman, and that's a big improvement in my opinion. On top of that, you also have two big rotary dials on the back, which make it super easy to dial just the output volume of the microphones, and the OLED screen itself also looks quite nice. So I can just say I think this is a really excellent microphone system. Now always keep in mind when you're judging this video or audio quality rather, that I'm shooting this video in a loft, so we have super high ceilings. So if there's some reverb, that's not really the issue of the microphone itself, but that's more of an issue of the room. So I'll of course also be using this in my new studio, and there the audio will improve even further. But I just have to say that this microphone system just is super reliable, super convenient, and easy to carry. And these are basically the main characteristics I'm looking for. Now it's also super easy to connect the receiver of this microphone to your PC or Mac, so that you can then, for example, use this microphones during Microsoft Teams calls or Zoom calls, or also to record voiceovers like I did with the unboxing portion of this video. So again, you're super flexible, and everything that you need is included inside of the box. Now, something that's super important to me is of course reliability. And no, I'm not somebody who's running away 100 meters to test if the signal stability is still there, because that's not a realistic scenario for me. But I can just say that I never had the audio cut out until now, and therefore I'm super confident in this microphone system that it will work and that it will reliably work, especially now where I'm in front of the camera all by myself and I can't even see the display of the receiver or the camera. It's really important to me that I can be assured that the audio quality sounds good and that there are no cutouts whatsoever. So if you have any questions, please make sure to leave them in the comments below, and I'll make sure to answer them. In terms of battery life, these transmitters should last around 4 hours. But I have to say, I never record this much audio, and if they should run low, then you can see it, for example, in the display also here of the receiver, and then just plug them back in here in this charging case, and then you're good to go after a few minutes. So again, I think this is a fantastic audio system that I've really enjoyed using. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. See you next time.